played another hard-fought football game. Give Clemson credit. They got a very good football team, very talented team, did a great job, made enough plays when they had to, made a lot of big plays. Had a lot of big plays. We were our own worst enemy a lot of times today, leaving them on the field with some penalties on third and not getting off the field on third and long, and had, I think it was 3. Had a face mask, had a roughing the kicker, and something else on a third down for them. But the second roughing the kicker was before the half. We were going for it, but there was 3 or 4 of them that I got to look at the thing that we left them on the field, and they hit about 3 third and 12s. Did a good job on first and second. That was very disappointing, and couldn't. We're matching. Had some of our young receivers were playing extremely well. Clinton did an excellent job of managing the game, playing the game, trying to bring us back, and had some nice plays. But we're 2-2. We have the off week. Probably comes at a good time for us to take a good, hard, deep look at ourselves. This still can be a great football team, a very good football team. It has to learn to finish and stop doing the foolishness and things. And what was funny, it was at different spots than it was the last week, and that's that's my job as the head coach to get that fixed. So we'll work on that. But Clemson played an excellent football game and did a great job. Questions? Yes, sir.
Coach, with Clint did a great job, 63%. What'd you do to help him prepare this week?
Well, Clint's a coach's son. He's been for lack of a term, a gym rat. I mean, he's a guy that's always in there and been around us his whole life. He understands ball, and the mental makeup of young kids who've grown up around that, I think, handled that very well. And I thought he did. He's a few plays he wished he could have had back, and he said, but he handled in there and stood and led, and we talked a lot, and he prepared a lot, and we worked on things that he liked and tried to mold it around it, and I thought he and those young receivers did an excellent job.
Coach, on all the penalties, that 4th and 4 you guys had, and then you get a false start.
That was big. It was big. It wasn't any bigger than face mask on 3rd and 12 and anything else. I mean, yeah, we were trying to, because they were blitzing. We were dummy counting to try to see what we were going to get. You know what I mean? And see if we were going to get blitz or whatever, and set up the coverage so we could have a check or whatever. Make sure we had the right play on. And then on the last one we had the right play. Rodney ran a great double move and got on top. We just couldn't protect in, but it was disappointing. We didn't need the 4th and 4 penalty. That's for sure, because we had it. Play was similar, but it changed how you had to read it. You know what I mean? And because we had some options in it to where we had to go with it. You know what I mean? And but we had a chance on that 4th and 4. If it would have been there, we were going to swing it out of the park. So yeah, we'll see.
The defense as a whole wasn't what we saw the first 2 weeks.
Nope. They got them. Clemson did a great job of keeping us off balance. Got to the edges, be able to run it enough inside to keep you off balance. But the big thing, they hit the big plays. They got the one-on-one matchups and beat our corners. I mean, our corners, they beat probably they hit 5 deep balls maybe. I know Mike. But when you're in man sometimes, and that's what you have to on 3rd down, and we were playing zone and we weren't getting off the field, so we had to challenge them in man. A couple double moves. They got a slug go one time, I think, and slant and go one time. To Watkins down there was a big one. They hit a couple goes, and got over the top on the big plays and were able to hit their big throws early. And they did a great job on offense, and they ran it just enough to keep you honest. What we wanted to do. Had a lot of plays, and we kept the 3rd down conversions and giving them the penalties back on. We kept giving them series because, like I say, the second half we only had the ball 4 times. We had the first series and we scored twice. And then the last series we were driving, and we couldn't get it back.
Jim, all these mistakes are very uncharacteristics of your team. What was it that you attribute that to?
I don't know. I mean, one time I know Cam he had the sack, and I mean his hand, he didn't grab it. He hit the face. Sometimes that happens. I mean that'll occasionally a guy will get one of those. But the first roughing the kicker, he's trying to hold up. He didn't feel he had enough room to come down. The second one, I don't know how you don't block the kick. The guy kicked it actually under him. I mean, he jumped over the kick. We actually thought we were going to get a punt today. We really felt we could get a block punt today. And, we tried it for the half there, and he didn't mean to hurt. I hope the kicker's all right. I don't know if what happened to him. I hope he's okay. I mean, we didn't mean to hurt him. But he jumped over it, and they kicked it under him. But then we had a couple face masks over there, and then we had one on 3rd down, and we had a pass interference one time on their sideline. I think it was Nigel Bradham. I get on the replay. I couldn't see what it was. He was walling him as he was running down the sideline, and I couldn't tell. That was a close one. I mean, I don't know. I didn't think he grabbed him, but I couldn't see from the film. I mean, we made them. They made the calls, and we got to overcome them. And we it's very disappointing.
Coach, how much does this one hurt compared to last week? Because it seemed like you guys were always just one drive, one penalty, one play away.
It hurts just because, you wish you could have responded from adversity from a week ago. You know what I mean? But like I told this team, I've been on championship teams and great teams that have lost 2 in a row. Did in 2001. Florida State's had some great ones, 89, 90. It's happened all those years, you know. And Clemson was one of the culprits back in '89 when they opened up like that. Had some good teams. We still have a chance to be a very good football team. We have to coach them better. We have to get them in better position. We have to get the details out of them. We have to put them in better position to do some things as a staff, and that's my job. And our kids will play hard and they'll respond well. And we got to get after the rest of the schedule. We can still have a heck of a season and still have a lot of goals out there in front of us. And you know, I still like the progress we're making in a lot of ways, but we got to learn to get over this hump.
For a team that didn't rush very well today, you were able to protect your young quarterback. That had to give you a lot of.
We did, and we got enough run early. We had some kept off balance with some formation to steal a couple runs, and then they just got into such a scoring match that you know you couldn't have time to wait and a nickel and dime and run the ball and try to eat the clock up like they were always doing it from ahead because their runs would. I mean, they still only ran for 111 yards. I mean, that might have been 130 if you take sacks. I don't know how many sacks they have. College counts this stuff backwards. You shouldn't count sacks against rushing yardage. You should go against passing yardage. Well, I mean, they had 2. But, it's, I mean, they didn't run just enough. I mean, we could have maybe nickel and dimed that a little bit, but we were always on the short end of that. But we did protect well, and I think we got the ball out well. He made reads. He got the ball out of his hand. He knew where he was going with the ball, and he wasn't back there holding the ball to create those situations either. And our guys were doing a good job of getting open and running good routes.
How disappointing for the second week in a row you had momentum after a big score, down by 5, and again the defense just lets them go down the field.
I know that's disappointing. I mean, that's 2 weeks. I mean, last week we had it, and it was a 3rd and 12 last week.
Exactly, diving catch.
3rd and long. We gotta, we gotta work on 3rd. We gotta learn to get off the field. I say it all the time, guys. You can draw a ball up all you want. All right, you gotta control line of scrimmage and run. But in the end, okay, you got to protect the ball. It gets down to turnovers. Okay, you got to convert on 3rd down. You got to get off the field on 3rd down. You got to score touchdowns in the red zone, and you got to play great red zone defense. And you got to watch big plays. You know what I'm saying? You get and the big plays of the game, and that's what it's been. I mean, in both games, when you look at it, that's what it turned out to. And we can go around the mulberry bush 100 different ways. In the end, that's what it gets down to. No matter if you're a spread team, an eye team, a wishbone team, whatever it is, and we have to do a better job on 3rd down. We got to go. What were they on 3rd down? 9-17. And I'm serious. I bet 4 or 5 of them were 3rd and 10 or more.
Jimbo, any concerns with the run game? 20 out of 15 carries.
Well, we didn't have a chance. We were, there was concerns, but we were start mixing a little run in. It just the score got going in the second half, and you didn't have the opportunities in the 3rd quarter. We got to continue to do it, and we found a couple of nice runs the first drive, and we're doing some things there. And then, but we got to get better at it. There's no doubt. I mean, and we got to continue to keep throwing it well. The one thing we are doing is throwing it well, though.
Jimbo, EJ's status.
Last question.
Just EJ's status, and obviously you would have no trepidation with the way Clint played today to go with him.
No, but EJ's our starting quarterback. Then when he gets healthy, and he'll be back. And we got a week off this week, and then we got a week of game preparation. So 2 weeks, I'm hoping he'll be back. But we got a very capable guy to play and do, and he came in and did a heck of a job playing quarterback. I mean, let us there. And if I'm not, we had a chance in that last drive. So I can't remember. Somebody had a ball right there at midfield, I think, too. I mean, had a chance to make one there, and it wants to, and disappointing, and huh? Yeah, we had there. Yeah, we had there, but we had a big one. That was a big one. That one could have got you. When you get that first one, you get that big one. You get it going, but it's very disappointing, and we have to look at that and get it fixed. We have some things we got to get fixed. That's for sure.